So we are just leaving the Temple of Apollo and the Temple of Athena, which is right across from where the Temple of Apollo is, and it's in this beautiful, beautiful space overlooking the water. And you know, I mean, you come to places like this and you see these architectures that have endured thousands and thousands and thousands of years that are truly, truly, truly stand the test of time. And I always find myself asking, why here? Why this place? Why did they decide to build this temple here or at this particular time or in this area? And as I started to explore the energy that actually exists in these places, you start to really see why. And I had this beautiful meditation at the Temple of Apollo and all about what I really picked up and I perceived was all this beautiful energy about desire and how powerful our desire is. Okay, so here I have to share this with you guys. So this is where we are now. This beautiful beach. Wait, it looks like mine is here. Let's do that. So I got all this energy about the temple, in the temple about the energy of desire and how important our desire is and what do we go through and how do we fight for our desires? How do we stand up to or for our desires, and what investment are we willing to make? At what degree are we willing to make the sacrifice necessary for us to I'm sure everyone has heard that Lahi crossed over into her divine resting place, and she was always a warrior for me, someone who I had a great amount of respect and admiration for, and such an incredibly powerful soul. And talk about somebody who really, really fought for her desire to go through what she went through, the abuse, the pain, the trauma, to walk away with nothing but her name, as she says, to remember that it's never, ever too late to have another reinvention. And may your next reinvention be the reinvention that is actually the mark that is left on the world. She was 42 years old when she recorded her first solo album, Post Ike. And it was the biggest hit of her career. It gained her 5 Grammy Awards. And she went on there to have a huge, huge, huge career. Obviously, we all know that. But it's such a powerful story. If you've never seen the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It? I highly recommend it, or read something from her life, because her life is a triumph. And as I was sitting there today in the Temple of Apollo, perceiving all the energy about war and the things we go through in our lives that we fight for, it's no coincidence that it happened to be the day that Tina left this world. And so may we all remember that whatever we've been through, whatever we've fought through, whatever pain and suffering, whatever we've gone through, whatever our own personal Ike Turners are in our lives, that it is always and never, ever, ever too late to make a different choice and to have an incredible, incredible, incredible choice to follow your heart and trust your knowing and trust your intuition and live your reinvention that will change the world forever. So let's take that energy and let's channel Tina, and let's dedicate today's downloads to What's Love Got to Do with It. All right, I'm going to turn off the camera so that I can put the phone down. Okay, so let's go ahead and close our eyes and find ourselves in our heart. And as you find yourself in your heart, let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And now let's shift our awareness to the center of the earth. And as we shift our awareness to the center of the earth, let's imagine this beautiful energy swirling in the center of the earth. And now let's imagine that energy scooping up fresh earth energy, coming up through the soles of our feet, through our ankles, our calves, our knees, and our thighs, and traveling up through all of our chakras and popping up outside the top of our head and forming a beautiful ball of light. Now see yourself in this ball of light and imagine this beautiful ball of light traveling up out of the space that you're in, higher and higher and higher and faster and faster and faster. Imagine your ball of light lifting you up out past Earth's atmosphere, out into outer space, through different planets and galaxies in the Milky Way, and higher and higher and higher beyond there, out into different layers of light, some light and some dark. Imagine those layers lifting you up into a beautiful golden-like light, and through the golden-like light into a jelly-like substance light, and through the jelly-like substance light into a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And through the law of compassion, you enter into the seventh plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, and of complete totality. And here your ball of light dissolves into everything. You feel the connection of all things. And from here, we'll tap into the energy and ask for some downloads for the group. Those of you who are listening for the first time, we are in a deep theta state. This is a theta healing meditation. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap into this energy field and we're going to ask for some downloads. Downloads are just energies that you can receive into your subconscious mind to shift some atoms and molecules to create a different experience. We know that our consciousness is creating our reality. All you have to do is say yes in your mind's eye to receive the downloads. So would you like to know what it feels like, what it looks like, what it tastes like, what it smells like, what it is to have the Creator's definition of war? What that means to you, your personal war. What is your personal war? What is your personal battle? Would you like to know what it feels like to live your day-to-day life, looking at that energy of war, of battle, of something that you have to overcome? What if it wasn't as bloody and as painful and as torturous as we've seen or heard or experienced before? What if war was something that was just a matter of making a different choice, saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to choose something else. One of the things that Tina said in her book, I will never forget, is she said, in that one moment that she actually escaped, she said, there's the door. And how many times and how many doors had she ever looked through in the past, in the 10, 15 years before that? But she knew that through that door was her freedom, and it was her only choice, was to walk out the door. She was always looking for a divine message, a divine time. When was going to be the divine time, blah, 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 blah. And she just knew in that moment, that was the time. So what doors are available to us that are our portals of opportunity, that are invitations for us to walk through to change into a different reality? So would you like to know what that looks like, tastes like, feels like, smells like? It is for you to walk through that door, to know that your new life, your new world, your new existence, your new reality, the new version of you is just on the other side of that door. If you like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to leave behind all of the points of views, limitations, separations, and judgments and points of views that you have about it being too late to do anything in your life? Everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and uncreate it? Would you like to know what it feels like to know how to, when to, where to, and that it's safe for you to choose right here and right now without any reference points to the past, that you can look to the past to create the future? So would you like to know what it feels like to always be in creation of your future? Would you like to know what it feels like to already have learned all the lessons from the past, that you no longer need to use them as reference points? Oftentimes we go, oh, I'm going to do that because I went through this or I did that or blah, blah, blah. But what if you just didn't have that? So would you like to know what it feels like to move forward, that you know how to move forward, when to move forward, where to move forward? You may be looking at a bunch of doors in front of you of all these opportunities and all these things that you can choose, and you go, oh my God, I don't know what to choose. What if I make the wrong choice? If that's what you're faced with right now, I encourage you to just make a choice, any choice. Instead of looking for the right choice or wondering which is the right door, just go through one, make the action, choose it, go through it. And if you don't like what's on the other side, guess what? There's another choice that you can make. There's always more choices. So would you like to know what it feels like to know that there's always more choices that are available for you, and that all you have to do is recognize it? With every choice, you get another choice. You get a new set of opportunities, a new set of possibilities. So would you like to know what it feels like to know and to trust that the universe is abundant with choices when all you do is make the action? If you'd like that, say yes. Now, would you like to know what it feels like to know that you can we always make such a it's such a thing for these choices. What if it wasn't? What if it was just like, oh hey, what's behind door number 2? And you just made the choice. So would you like to know that it's to how to make the choices with lightness? And would you like to know what it feels like to perceiving something about the energy of us around us, like what people have grown accustomed to how you are, right? People see you in certain ways. They see you with certain people. They see you in a certain light. And we have this belief, we have this point of view that if they see us differently, what will happen? Well, what will happen is you will elevate them. So would you like to know what that feels like, and that you know how to trust that you will elevate those around you as they look to you in a different light, and that it's safe for you to do so, and that you don't need to be identified and held on by who you were in the past? Now, doesn't mean that there's not going to be people who are going to say, I don't align with this new version of you. You've got to be willing to allow yourself to let go of them. So would you like to know what it feels like that would you like to know what it feels like that you know how to, when to, where to, and that it's safe for you to let go of the people in your life that are not a support to you, that do not support you? Would you like to know what it feels like to see the truth of the people around you, so that you know which light to follow, which light to lead with? If you'd like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to have the Creator's definition of courage and bravery? That you're worthy of having courage and bravery in everything you do. And if you were to make a movie of your life, a story of your life, what would be your happy ending? What would be your ending? What would be that last frame of the film that people go, wow, that was such an amazing story? Would you like to know what it feels like, and that it's safe for you to create that story, to live that story, to be that story now? To know that that doesn't have to come at the end of your life, but that it can just be the beginning of the next chapter, the beginning of the end and the beginning of the next chapter. So if you like, that's yes. And so for our healing today, we'd like to say a few names. I'm going to mention a few names that are on our healing list. And as I do so, please just imagine sending them all unconditional love and unconditional light. And so, first of all, can we please send unconditional healing and light to Cindy, and see her surrounded in the Creator's love and in the Creator's light, happy, healthy, safe, and protected. Can we also please send healing to Antonio? See Antonio surrounded in the Creator's love and in the Creator's light. And can we please send healing to Marcella, Claudia? See her surrounded in the Creator's love. Also to Laura. Let's send healing to Laura. And let's please send healing and love to Marie-Louise. Let's send healing and unconditional love to Julian. Also to Matt. And let's please send contributions to Sean, to G, to Linda, to Andrea and Carmazina, and Joanne. Beautiful. And last but not least, would you guys like to know that you are unconditional love? That you be unconditional love, and the unconditional love is your birthright? Like that, say yes. Now take your palms, rub your palms together. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Now take your palms, place your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes and allow that energy to come into your body, into your being. Place your hands on your heart and congratulate yourself and thank yourself for being here, being a part of this amazing experience every day. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. How does it get even better? What else is possible now? Remember Tina today. Go put on some music and remember that you're simply the best, better than all the rest.